guys, what's up? I am today cleaning out our Manitowoc ice machine, and I will tell you this, is that even though these seemingly, and I could be wrong because these are newer models, so we'll see what happens, they don't hold up as well as the Isomatic. They are 10 times easier to clean. You'll see in my last video I cleaned in Isomatic, and just some of the parts and whatnot, they just don't come out as easy, and there's not as much that you can pull apart to clean without some heavy disassembling. So this, you'll see everything pops out pretty easy. It's nice and quick. First thing I did, empty your ice well. Second thing is, this is some of the stuff that you guys are gonna need. Water filter, located in the back. Always change that. Everybody, like, great job, you cleaned that. Not doing yourself any good by not swapping that out. Nickel safe, food grade, ice machine cleaner. This is a water cooled unit, we won't need that, but in your coil cooled units, this stuff is a blessing. Check out my other video. There's not a ton of views on it, but I'm telling you, if you guys use this, not just on ice machines, it's on coolers, it's on everything else. Use this every few months, clean off all the dust and grime off your coils. You'll save years on your coolers, I guarantee it. So first step is to turn off the water. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get in the way of the camera, I'm sorry. So some people change these before, some people change them after. I'm gonna do it before. Red button on top relieves some of the water pressure. I got a bucket down there that I'm draining into. Once that water pressure is relieved, you're gonna wanna turn this. All right, I got it loose. I'm just gonna hand loosen it here. You'll see, just be careful, this just pops out. It's a casing with water, you can see the gunk. All right, I just dumped that water out in my bucket here. There's your filter. Look up your model number on this. This is with an Aqua Quick King 10, so I just went on Webstrap, typed that in with the filter. They gave me the correct one. You want to soak these first ahead of time. All right guys, now that we have the water filter changed out, 2 Phillips head screws, one here, that I've taken out. You're gonna open up your front tray here. I have mine in off mode. There's some gunk up here that I can already see that's just kind of corroded. I'm gonna do the bin last because everything that you spray out here is gonna fall down. So we're gonna start this process, and it's actually pretty simple, like I said, that's why I like it. So I'm gonna start by, there's 2 little tabs up here that hold the water tray in. They just pop off, you can see the gunk here. So as I take these parts apart, I'm gonna use some of my cleaner in a bin down here, and I'm going to soak these parts as I clean the rest of the cooler. Here's the water trough here, down here. A fun little trick here, guys, is cross your arms and use your thumbs to pop it out. It just pops out way easier. Same thing, I'm gonna soak this guy too. I'm gonna mix some of my nickel safe ice machine cleaner with a little bit of water into my spray bottle here. There's kind of gunk up here, you can see all around your edges here that you're gonna wanna get with the spray, but we'll get to that next. Same thing, the way you took off this tray here, this ice thickness probe just pops off. You're gonna let that kind of hang. Now, here's the distribution tray up here. There's 2 screws you can just screw in your thumb that pop out, and this will pop out as well. This is also gonna get soaked. This is why right here I love Manitowoc. These parts down here, you have a water sensor and you have a pump. If you reach in, the pump literally just pops out with a little bit of pressure, and there's an electrical clip here. You just squeeze either end of the electrical clip and the pump will pop out. Again, I just cleaned this 6 months ago, and look at this. Part of it's because it's been dry, but so important part here, I'm gonna soak this also, guys. Soak it up to here. So I have a bucket down here that I'm soaking my parts in. So I'm gonna soak that so that, oh, that's even a little deep there. So I'm gonna switch to this one. And I'll let that soak down there as we clean the rest of the machine. Same thing with your water sensor down here. It just pops down a little bit of pressure. You have a small electrical clip here. This one you just squeeze with this end here. The nice thing is too, the pump and the sensor here, you don't want those to get gunked up either, because that will start telling your ice machine different water volumes, which will lead to problems. But the point is they have different electrical connections, so you won't mix them back up. You won't mix them up when you reinstall them. All right, guys. So now that we have the part soaking, we're gonna spray this and kind of clean it all out here. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple minutes and we'll give it a scrub. In the meantime, just kind of keep busy, kind of scrub around here. A nice soft bristle brush will work here also, guys. If you keep up on it though, you shouldn't need a brush. I am gonna have to scrub those other parts though, I will say that. Keep in mind, guys, look for all your hard to find places too, because those are gonna be the worst. So guys, under here, there's an ice machine baffle. You're gonna wanna get that too. Top and bottom. I just did the top while I had access to it, but make sure you do both. All right, here's the fun part, guys. I'm gonna do inside now. Now that all the chemicals and junk have mixed down in there. You guys may wanna pop some gloves on for this job. Even a mask if you want to. I'm using a higher concentration than normal just for the bin, excuse me. So you can definitely smell the chemicals in there, but that's up to you. All right, guys, so just down in the dish pit here. This stuff has been soaking for about 15 minutes now. Something super satisfying about really clean parts. Maybe it's just me, but now we're gonna put this all back together here, guys. So for these electrical clips, guys, don't be worried about it. They only let you clip them in one way anyways. That's why these clips are where they are, so you don't have to stress too much about clicking them back in correctly. Just follow your wire back up to where it's going and you'll know exactly where that component needs to go. It's hard to kind of show you via the camera, so just kind of use your feel, and you just heard it just kind of pop right back into place there. Same goes for the pump. You'll hear it pop right back in, so just keep applying pressure until you hear that pop. Popped again. Those are both into place. That's why I love these things. Again, everything just kind of snaps back in nice and easy. Super important to clean your ice machine, guys. Not only for the cleanliness for your staff and your customers, but the machine. You'll notice if you go like years without cleaning the machine and then you clean it again, it's gonna make ice way faster. For those of you in like hotter climates, or for us where we have a summer season, you're gonna need to keep up on ice. You know, we have an outside patio, so our business doubles and triples. So if this thing's bogged down by gunk, then it's just not gonna make it as fast. And matter of fact, there's even a, it's called a protect mode, a safe mode in this, where if it senses, like whether those water sensors are bogged down or whatever, if it senses that it's not making ice correctly, it will slow the machine down so it doesn't overheat the unit. So make sure you're cleaning this for multiple reasons. Some other fun fact is this aqua machine, they have nugget machines too. So do a little research on what machine you have and the best cleaner. This is kind of a universal cleaner. In my personal opinion, I'm not a tech, but I think whatever one that's food grade is okay. I know all the manufacturers have their own, but in my opinion, that's just to make money. Alright guys, so now that we have all our parts back in, I just want to show you something real quick. This is what came out of the pump alone, and that's only 6 months. So when you're in a restaurant and you don't think they're cleaning the ice machine, that's with somebody cleaning their ice machine every 6 months. So, alright, now we're just going to rinse out the bin. After I scrubbed it, just have some hot clean water. You can see it's much better than it was before. All those particles will go down. I'll wipe out the rest. All right, final step here, guys. We're gonna go into our control panel. I'm gonna turn the machine back on. You hear the compressor kick on, and then I'm gonna hit the clean button. Make sure you turn your water back on for this. I'm gonna hit the clean button here. Now it's saying purging water 30 minutes to end. So this cycle takes about 30 minutes. You're gonna wanna keep an eye on this now, because at a certain point you're gonna wanna add some of this chemical. So every machine is different based on cubes, nuggets, whatever. So you can either just kinda use your judgment and pour a little in. I don't recommend that. Or look up the specs of the machine. You'll know how many ounces will be in here. Most of them have the ounces right on here. So you'll know exactly how much to pour in. You're gonna pour it right into this bay. But again, we're gonna wait for that display panel to tell us to put in that chemical. They're gonna give you an option too towards the end. Do you want it to make ice or not when you're done cleaning? So I'm gonna turn it to make ice when it's done, and it'll just immediately start making ice. This is the Indigo series, so everyone's different. You hear the water coming through now. Indigos are about 2 ounces. You can see they've marked 3-ounce intervals on mine. Again, check your specs on that. Here's your chance to do auto ice on. I'm going to select it, so auto ice on. It's washing and it's telling me to add chemical, and it's asking me if I want the auto ice on. So I selected it with the check mark. I'm going to add my chemical over this curtain. Like I was saying before, it's dispersing, so I'm going to add it up here, and I'm going to go just over 2 ounces. It'll make ice when we're done, and we walk away. I leave my, as you watch this video, a little pointer, write all these little steps down. I bought a box with filters. I bought enough for 3 years, so I have the box of filters, I have my ice machine all in a box, and I write the date on the box so the next time I needed to clean. It's also good for warranty purposes. Keep your chemicals in there, keep your filters in there, and then keep that little checklist from this movie. It will kind of remind you of the steps you need to take on the cleaning process. We're gonna close it up. Put your screws back into place, and that'll be it. Good luck, guys.